Hey guys, David Glenn of davidglennrecording.com, mixingvocals.com, and theproaudiofiles.com. Today I want to show you how I replaced the cymbals. Actually, I didn't replace, I blended cymbal hits in on this track for Samantha Encarnacion, little pop rock track, and just completely stepped up the clarity and the quality of the record by doing this. A lot of us are familiar with the production technique or the mixing technique to blend or replace kicks, snares, toms, but not everybody is used to replacing crashes or rides or hi-hats or that kind of thing. In this one, I didn't do the hi-hat, I didn't do the ride, but I did do a left and a right crash, and I felt like it completely opened up the drums and the cymbals, and I'm not even done mixing this one yet. So we may end up doing the hi-hat, may end up doing the ride, who knows. But I'm going to show you a before and after. Here's with no samples, and then I'm going to even pull the overheads up so you can hear what the original overhead sounded like, and then I'm going to show you the hyper real drums with the crashes in the mix. Here we go. Before, there's no replacement to this. Okay, so hitting the limiter a little hard there in one section. Forgive me, I'm not done mixing this one yet. But, okay, so that's before. Now I'm going to pull these bad boys in, and we're going to get a listen. These crashes come from the That Sound library. Gosh, I can't remember the kit, but I have everything they make, and I love it. Check out iwantthatsound.com, and you can go through and pick the bundles you want or get everything as I recommend. So anyways, here are the crashes by themselves. Cool. So before we put it in the mix, keep in mind, I get it. They sound fake, crashing like that. But in the mix, I like the definition. I like that extra attack, the hyper real sound, and what it contributes to the song. So not about what it sounds like soloed. Who gives a crap about that? We're going to make sure it sounds right in the mix. If it sounds fake in the mix, we'll fix it. Here we go. In the mix, these crashes blended in. Nice, right? So I like the added transient that it gives. I like the attack that it gives. I don't feel like it's over emphasized. I feel like it fits just right. I'm going to mute these, and then I'm going to bring them in and let you hear the difference. Actually, I'm going to play them in and then mute them. Okay, so at the end there, I exaggerated it so you could hear the original overheads, the original cymbals, and I don't mind them, but I feel like they're a little washy. They're really high-pitched, so they feel thin to me. And whenever I got working with the kick and the snare and the toms, and they were real big and beefy, I felt like the cymbals just kind of made things small. It didn't really work. So I pulled in the crash A and crash B, which for me added some meat to the cymbals. It added some definition, and I love what it was doing. So a quick walkthrough of what I'm doing. I've got the FabFilter Pro-Q 2. This is my new best friend here with mixing. And I'm just pulling out everything below 700 at a, what is it, probably a 24 per dB, 6 dB per octave set there. Nothing fancy going on there. But then what I am doing is I'm sending it to a sunset chamber. And I'm doing that, you guys who have heard of the Bricasti reverb, you'll know that the sunset chamber is a part of that. I got this new plugin called Reverberate, and I'm pulling in the sample that is available at, forgive me, it's the Simplicity library of the Bricasti emulations. He went and did impulse responses. So you can pull these into Reverberator. Incredible plugin, loving this thing. And Reverberate, excuse me. And I'm pulling in Sunset Chamber, EQ, Nothing too fancy, just making sure where it's kind of a washy high end. I like the getting rid of the low stuff. And let's pull it back up, and let's hear that verb exaggerated, because the only thing going to that verb are these extra crashes. So right here, let's hit solo, and let's pull this up, and we'll give you a listen at what those are doing. Let's pull it right here. Let's like loop that right there. Right? Pretty cool. Now, if I mute those, go into the sunset chamber, make them inactive because I have them. There we go. Very cool. And then let's solo the overheads just to kind of get some perspective on this. And then back with these guys, back with our verb. So there you go. It's not for every song, but for this one, I felt like it worked great. I wanted to share that with you, and then also give a shout out to the great guys over at That Sound for their sample libraries. You got Crash A and B. Go check them out. Don't forget to check out davidglenrecording.com. Got the blog over there. You've got mixingvocals.com. I've got an in-depth tutorial course on mixing vocals, A to Z. I think it's like 6 hours of training with all kinds of stems from multiple styles: rap, hip-hop, R&B, pop, gospel, live vocal. And last but not least, the Pro Audio Files for amazing content. Go check them out, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.